What is up, everyone? Happy Wednesday afternoon. Power Hour. Wild day today. I am currently not in anything and don't know that I will take anything during this Power Hour. So, Dow futures down 818, NASDAQ down 312, S&P down 96. It has been a bloody day, or I guess bloody afternoon after they said the bond auction, or hell, I don't even remember. Pretty big drawback today anyway. But what did I do? Okay, so started off day trading today, and had a good day day trading. Let's see. Meta was, show you what I did with Meta. So had this nice looking mighty 90 right here. Nice looking mighty 90. And I got short right about here. Price pushed up a little bit more. I got two red bars, pulled back, and I got out for a small winner. And then I'd mentioned if I can get a second red bar, price stays above yesterday's high right here, I would get long. So I got long and ended up holding it, and on this push up, scaled out of my 4 contracts. So had a nice winner there. Let me see. I need to open up this and see what I already closed my day trading results since it was this morning. So my mighty 90 was a plus 120, and I had a plus 530 on my continuation runner there. But it was Goog was the one that was my huge winner. So Goog had this big volume bar for a volume runner. So you could have played this as a continuation or a volume runner, either one. When it pulled back to yesterday's high right here, I got long, and then it just started to slowly go up, and then it just ripped up. So I did 20 contracts, which really wasn't even that much buying power. It wasn't even $2,000 worth of buying power, but actually it was probably a little bit more than that. But I usually do like 3,000. I know it wasn't that much. I can't remember how much it was, but I scaled out of 10 of my contracts, and then just scaled out every 10%. The next 10 contracts just scaled out just all the way up. So that was plus 1,845. So plus $2,495 was a nice day trading day. It's a pretty big day, and it helped offset my TLC day, which was bad. I did do a 1 DTE, and I ended up, let's see, let's go into SPX here. Let's see. So I did a 1 DTE, and when price pushed up to here, right up to here, I closed it out because it was going against it. All things appeared that it was going to continue to go up, and then we know what happened. Well, if I would have, I did get out of 25%. So, if I wouldn't have closed it out, I would have hit my 40% profit target and out. Instead, it was a $740 winner, so that's fine. I took that. See, my first TLC trade was at 9:37 Central, so it would have been right in here. So I thought we were gonna get one push, and then it's been like a lot of days lately. It's like chopping out of the gates, and then you get these big moves midday. But I ended up ended up getting in on my first AM iron Condor, and then obviously on the push up. Actually, I think it was about 20 cents from hitting my profit target, my first one, and then it ended up becoming a full stop on the push up. So this past week, it's been a roller coaster. I have suffered a lot of, I've suffered a lot of, man, I'm 10, 20 cents from profit target, and then it goes against me and stops me out for a full loss. So anyway, I got in my second one at 10. So right about in here, I jumped in again and booked 20%. And then again, I think I was 20 cents away from hitting 40%. And then the drop happened and stopped me out. So again, that's more bad luck. So that ended up being, instead of a nice winner hitting that 40%, ended up being just what was that? A $25 loss. So pretty much a scratch trade. So, just very well could have had a scratch trade on my first one and a nice winner here, but a little bit of bad luck. Then I decided to enter a power hour trade at 143. There had been a lot of chop. I hit some profit targets on some Elmos. And so right here on this green bar, I entered. I mean, let's look at this. Like, all signs point to this continuing to chop. And what happens? It flushes, stops me out, bounces. Looks like it has, since I've been on, went down to lows of day, but that ended up being a full stop as well. So as I look back, so I had a minus $6,300 TLC day. When you factor in my one DTE, it was minus 5560. So my worst TLC day, I had to look back. With the minus 6,300, that's my worst TLC day since August 23rd. Well, minus 6,300 is my worst one of 2025. I had a 5,900 loss on April 16th, but 6,300 worst since August 23rd. I had a minus 8,500 on August 23rd of 2024. So that was unfortunate. I did have Elmo's plus 2,750. So that definitely took some of the sting off, as did my my day trades this morning. So that's it for me for the day. So it'll be interesting to see what happens tomorrow here, if we're going to have some dip buyers. But it's been a tough 8-day stretch here. But my last 8 days of trading, I mentioned in my channel, I had 14 straight green days for TLC. 14 straight, and it's the last 8 days have been a roller coaster. Some red days mixed in with some green days. So one thing I did was I did get rid of my longs. So that's probably worth mentioning. So when I was stopped out of my AM number 2 for a scratch trade, I looked at my longs and they were 30 cents, my long puts. Okay. So I got stopped out. I got stopped out somewhere in this down push here. So when I looked at my longs, I'm like, okay, they're 30 cents. Like this is going to have to take a massive move for these 30-cent long puts to be worth anything. And so I just closed them. What do you know? It just continued to drop. I think at some point down here at the bottom of here, I saw my long puts for like $13. So, I mean, I didn't even get $2 or $3 for them. So, no bounce yet here today. It looks like we've got still pushing down, still coming down. So, just not anything I'm interested in getting in here during power hours. So, best thing to do for me today is just to forget today happened and flush it and move on. So thankful for the Elmos, thankful for the day trading to help soften the red day. So overall, but it'll be interesting to see if we get a bounce tomorrow or if we get some, we're going to have any buy the dippers. I mean, this is quite the pullback here. See, since midday today, the market is down over 100 points. S&P is down over 100 points in just the afternoon. Like I could see that in a day, but man, it pushed up really up to about almost, I had mentioned in my channel, it was near the expected move to the upside. And then all of a sudden, crash. Yeah, what was it? It was something with the bond market that news came out and it was not very good. But yeah, no, it's going to be interesting to see what happens tomorrow. Yeah, U.S. 20-year bond auction showed weak demand despite yields above 5%. So I kind of thought we might see a little bounce here at the end of the day, but man, 30 minutes to go, it's sure not looking that way. But might be an opportunity to buy the dip here. Yeah, I still gotta master that Mahomes trade. I know I started doing it one day and it lasted about a week and then I forgot. Yeah, I usually do some NTT stuff on a dip like this. Let me bring this over. If you're interested in NTT, so Amazon, this would be a good buy the dip. So it is pulled way back into this candle in an uptrend. So this would be, getting long, maybe going out a couple weeks, doing a short put vertical or buying some calls. Might be, if this bar ends up turning red tomorrow, that would be your exit. Netflix, not really. Meta's another one here. It's in an uptrend. Oh, you don't see it? Oh, sorry. I keep forgetting. Hold on. Let's see. All right, there we go. I keep forgetting, like, it doesn't just show the screen, like it shows it could be something on the screen that's underneath what I'm showing. Okay. Meta, yes. So like Meta could be a buy here. It's pulled way back into these candles in an uptrend. I was showing Amazon. So Amazon's another one. It's in an uptrend and it's pulled way back. So I mean, it'd be low risk trade because if this bar turns red tomorrow, that would be your exit. So, going out a couple weeks, short put vertical, buying some calls, something like that. Coin's another one. It's pulled back into the candle. Could be a long. Microsoft, another one. So there's a lot of buy the dip on opportunities. And if you're not familiar with NTT, I mean, this is just your swing trading. If it's in an uptrend and it's pulled back into the candles. Nvidia, another one. Another good buy the dip potentially. So Apple would not. So this would be Apple's in a downtrend anyway. So that would not be it wouldn't be either. Tesla in an uptrend and it's pulled back into the candles. This would be another opportunity. PLTR would be another one. Okay, so PLTR, it's real close to turning red here. If it turns red tomorrow by the end of the day, this could be something you get in, and then if it turns red on you by the end of the day, you just get out of it. Otherwise, you might see a bounce there. How accurate is NTT? I mean, I don't. I mean, this is just. I mean, that's a hard question to answer because I just showed like 10 buy the dips, and I don't know what the results of those are going to be. I mean, there's a lot of factors, but I mean, if you, I mean, I could just probably go through. You could probably go through these charts here and see. I mean, right here's the uptrend. So if you got long anywhere in here, be profitable. Anywhere throughout here, it's profitable. Here's an opportunity that would have been profitable. I mean, you can the factors are, what are you doing? Are you doing vertical spreads? Are you buying calls and puts? Here's Meta. Well, on this pullback here, if you would have got long, it would have been. If you got long there, it would have been profitable. If you got long there, it would have been profitable. I mean, so you just kind of go through and see MSTR is in an uptrend, but the candle turned red. So that would be, if you were long MSTR, that would be an exit right there. SMCI, here's a good one. In an uptrend, pulled back into the candle. So, I mean, look at this. Uptrend, pulled back here, not even into the candle. If you'd have gotten long right there, it would have been really profitable. And it's the same thing in a downtrend. So, you have a downtrend. So like right here, it bounced. Okay, so if you got short right there, it would have chopped a little bit, but eventually, well, you would have gotten out right there. So it's not really a good example, but same works the same. Disney in an uptrend, pulling back into the candle. So there's lots of opportunities out there for buying the dip. I usually stick to personally, like, the main ones: Netflix, Meta, Coinbase, Microsoft, Amazon, Nvidia, Apple, Tesla. I mean, a lot of the ones that I day trade because I'm familiar with them. AMD, here's a good one as well. Pulled back. And this would have been, when it pulled back here, it would have been a real nice winner. Well, actually, I take that back because it was not in an uptrend yet. So it hit an uptrend right here. So this is really the first good pullback on AMD since it's been in the uptrend. What else? Airbnb. So here's a good example of, so if you would have gotten long Airbnb right here as it pulled back to the candle in an uptrend, and it's continued to go against you, and the bar turn and now is red, this is your signal to exit. MU, nice little pullback here and it's in an uptrend. So man, yeah, there is a lot of opportunities here for sure. S&P, looks like while I was talking there, S&P has bounced a little bit. Yeah, there is, but these, Jonathan, like these are good days to try and buy the dip, and they're low. What I like about those swing trades is like they're low risk, when they're really pulled back like they are, because if it goes against you anymore, it's it's going to be probably a small loss. I mean, relative to your sides that you get in at, but yeah. So like what I do is, so let's just do one here. Let me let's see. Let's just go back to, let me go to I gotta remember, I've gotta change the stream. Okay, so let's see, which one do I like here? I kind of like NVIDIA. Let's just say, let's just say Meta here, okay? I mean, there's no earnings or anything coming up. Meta's pulled back pretty good here. So, I mean, I got to change the stream. Okay, so let's just go Meta. Oops, let's go. Yeah, I mean, I just don't take the time to look at the indexes when they were talking this, but I usually do stocks when I'm swing trading. So let's just go out 16 days. And you can see Meta here, right? Make sure I'm showing the right screen. Okay, so I'll just do a short put vertical. Usually about the 45 delta-ish. Sell vertical. Okay, I'll do the 630 and let's try the 625. Getting a $1.95 credit. Okay, so darn it. See, this is where I've got to change the stream. All right, so here you can see our short put vertical. So it's got plus 1,970 to the upside and 3,000 to the downside. So about $2,000 versus 3,000 max loss. See, I could try to go a little bit further out of the money. Say the 625 and the 620. So, but you just kind of play with it and see what you like there. But that's what I do in terms of putting on a vertical if I wanted to get long something. Just some NTT swing trades potentially, but it's hard for me to share my screen when I have to keep going back and forth. When you having to go back and forth from an analyze tab to the charts and everything else. But that's all I do. Short put verticals, something like that. If you have a stock that's smaller or it doesn't cost as much, then I might just buy some calls. So yeah, the verticals are the easiest for me. Short call vertical is something when you want to get short put vertical. And I like to just go, a couple weeks out because then, after a few days, that theta decay is helping you. I did buy before I got on the live stream. I bought a couple I bought some SPY calls. They're currently up 26% since I've wow, since I've been live streaming. Yeah, they're up 25% right now. I did it basically to see if we'd get a little bounce overnight, and for tomorrow, going into tomorrow, I really didn't even consider like closing any of them today. But man, maybe I should take some of them off. What else? Anything else? Anybody have any questions? There's 15 minutes left. Again, I didn't have any trades on, so not much of a power hour in terms of trades. I don't do the Mahomes, so What do we have tomorrow? So in terms of we got initial jobless claims. Ugh. Not sure I want my SPY calls on when we have the jobs. It's pretty big. It's a pretty big market mover. Yeah, it's a pretty big market mover at 7:30 Central, an hour before. And then we've got flash services PMI 15 minutes after the bell. Home sales at 9 a.m. Central. So yeah, we've got a little bit of tomorrow's the biggest news day of the week. So today was so I have two boys. I'm sure you've heard me talk about. One goes to one high school, one goes to a different high school. One of them, their last day was today. So the other one goes till the 28th. It's good to be lucky, Dark Avenger. Yeah, we may not have much movement overnight because of those jobless claims. It may be waiting to see what happens with that. Sometimes you might get a big bump overnight just of dip buyers, but I'm not sure about if since there's some, if you have something like that coming out, then maybe it might just wait and the market may not move much until that happens. But I was telling you about my youngest is a freshman, and his last day was today. We found out this week he is the number 16th rated offensive lineman in the state of Missouri, class of 2028. So he's excited about that. Yeah, he's got a lot of football camps and stuff coming up this summer, and college kids nowadays, man, you can make millions of dollars playing college sports. Not like when I was there. Yeah, he's got 3 years of high school football left, so see what happens. Kind of validates his hard work. See, saw his name he's the number 16 O lineman and number 135th all positions for the entire state of Missouri, class of 2028. I'd be happy if it pays for college. Moel just knocking out the Elmos. Netflix still in the green. Goog still up 3.25%. And what did Goog just not participate in this big flush? Okay. I gotta say, I don't ever remember when I day traded today doing 20 contracts where I got out of 10 at half, and then scaled out of 10 more one at a time. Like, I don't remember doing that. That's pretty crazy. I think that's also been what's been tough about Delta Neutral lately is like, today was a tell of 2 days, right? I mean, it was like everything looked like it wanted to rip this morning, and then it was just a complete and total reversal. Is just mind-boggling. That makes it definitely messes with your emotions and your bias. Anybody catch the MOC number? Who's our MOC people? No MOC number? Not much at all then. 648 million. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and jump off then with no trades on. And yeah, I still don't do the Mahomes. I'm sorry. But good luck to those that play the Mahomes. And I will see everybody tomorrow morning. Have a good one, folks. Peace.